Welcome to The Real Scoop. I'm Jane Nielsen, your host and realtor at Pinnacle Residential Properties. I am here to give you the latest scoop on Wellesley real estate. Today we have the pleasure of meeting Liz Hill from Everything But the House, an online estate sales company. Welcome, Liz.
Thank you.
First, here are the numbers. Since May 31st, 13 new single-family homes were added to the supply and 11 sold. There are now 145 homes remaining for sale. 13 new homes is a lot for the first week of June, though in the past years, we have noted that the real estate market is not as seasonal as it was 10 years ago. Now, on to our guest, Liz Hill. So Liz, what exactly is Everything But the House, and how does your company help their clients?
We are an online estate sale company and a marketplace for shoppers. We have our clientele are mostly people that are downsizing. Certainly in the Wellesley area, we have a lot of beautiful estates where people have lived there for 35, 40 years. They have raised their family there. 4 or 5 bedrooms, a pool, lots of sports equipment, lots of furniture, and they're done. They want to downsize, their children are established in other cities, and they're ready to go to the Cape or move into a 2-bedroom condo in downtown Boston or Santa Fe. So they've gotten to the point where they've said, how can I do this? What's the most optimum way I can do this? One of the biggest advantages and draws for these folks is the fact that we actually go into their home. They don't have to buy any boxes or buy bubble wrap or make the big decisions of which auction house or dealer or consignment shop should I send that piece of furniture to or that antique. We come in, we catalog everything in the house. We take extensive photographs. We do a lot of research. We basically take up one area of one room with a couple of card tables and some photography equipment, and we work diligently for as long as it takes. Usually most houses in the Wellesley, in Boston in general, larger estates, takes about 2 to 3 weeks to catalog everything. Most estates have an average of 200 to 300 items or lots.
Wow.
And then once that's done, it all goes online. We post all of the photos from your home online, and you literally get your own catalog. Your house is featured. People have 7 days to bid on the items, and at the end of 7 days it closes. We come in, we invoice everything. We have a local pickup day for local regional folks. We have people from all over New England and New York coming to us to pick up items. And then we have a final shipping day. So if you have bought something from across the country and you opt to have it shipped, we will ship it to you. So at the end of that process, you're all done.
Your house is almost empty.
Your house is almost empty. Whatever you have given us to sell will be gone, and we get out of your hair.
Well, one of the things that appealed to me most as a realtor is that you were so flexible that you can either do it before the house goes on the market if they have too much stuff to even show the house well, or I have other sellers that, just getting their house ready for sale is a lot of work, and then they after maybe they need these things to show the house, and then but maybe their children don't want their antiques and their dining room table and their things that they've collected from around the globe. Actually, I'm working with a family like that right now, and so then the nice thing is you can leave it in place to list your house, and then you'll come in and get it in time to get them moved.
Yeah, we have all different combinations of timing schedules that we work with. We work very well with realtors. We're definitely an asset to realtors because when they do enter into these situations, especially with a hot market right now where people want to get their house online before the school season. Most people move in the summer, especially if they have children. Rather than having to work with the client and watch them tediously go through each item and figure it out. And I've got to call this place, and I've got this guy coming over to pick up that, and I'm going to put all that glassware in a box. Don't worry, I'm going to put that glassware in a box. It'll be out of your way. This makes it so much easier where realtors will call us prior to listing a house, and we'll come in, we'll do our job to make it easier for them to actually stage and sell a house. Or occasionally we do it right as the P&S is being signed. We get calls within a day or two of a P&S being signed, and the realtor will say, we're ready, let's go. Usually there's that 6-week period,
typically.
give or take.
Yep, between accepted offer
and the closing.
Yes,
right?
and the closing.
And
we actually get out.
that's plenty of time for us to work.
Okay.
Unless it's an incredibly crazy house, that's about all we need. We come in, it's approximately 30 days. We clean out, and the client gets a check.
So obviously for sellers, the advantage is getting help, getting their home ready for sale, and to get also taking care of all their things that need a new home. And then in the interest of the full experience, I actually went onto the website to do a little shopping.
Yay.
So I created a password, and I went on everything but the house, and it was really fun. So one of the things that was so cool too is that I could look at items in Boston. One was a Wellesley house, and it said Wellesley house and all the photographs of the beautiful things. But you could also bid by category. So say you're a collector of china, you can look for china anywhere in the country. And then also I noticed that all of the bids start at $1. So tell us a little bit about how that works, because I'm sure that's a little terrifying if you think you have some items of value.
It is, and I can absolutely relate to that. I was very wary myself. I'm not... we all like the safety of knowing what our items are going to sell for, but it is an auction, and the statisticians out in Cincinnati that we work with, that's our headquarters, they've done a lot of research on this, and we've found that if you start at $1, if you start at nothing, you're going to have a lot more action on your site than if you have reserve bids all over the place. And the fact of the matter is, you have 7 days. 7 days is nice, because if you're purchasing a big Oriental rug that is substantially going to sell for some money, you might want to measure your living room.
Might want to check with your
you
spouse.
might want to check with your spouse. You might want to check your bank account and see if you've got that budgeted. But also, the real clincher is we have over 420,000 bidders.
Wow.
So we now have blanketed not only this country, but some other countries, and we get a lot of eyeballs and fingers on our site. So just by the nature of the site is very user-friendly.
Definitely.
It's really beautiful. We take a lot of photographs. It's fun.
It is fun.
You will see not much action in the first 6 days of a sale, and on the 7th day, when it closes, the last 2 hours, it literally becomes almost like a live auction, like your traditional on-site live auction. You will see bidders. You can actually see who's bidding against you. You can't see their name, but you can see their number. It's fun. It's really fun. And they stagger the ending of the item, so you're not bidding. It's not as if the entire sale closes all at once. All of the items are staggered.
So that's why my lace tablecloth is good till 8:17 p.m. tonight?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So a seller, if you come in and you are going to help a seller get rid of all their belongings, how do they pay you, or how do you charge a fee?
They don't pay us anything.
Okay.
Which is great. That's
Even better.
another advantage.
Yes.
You don't really have to do anything other than welcome us into your home, open up the cupboards, mark the items that you'd like us to sell. We do all of the work. We make the catalog. We do the photography. We do the research, the cataloging. We post everything live for 7 days. When that item is paid for by the buyer and it's shipped out, within a month, you will get a check for 65% of the proceeds. We take 35.
And without a single trip to the dump or to the antique store or the consignment store?
Right. Well, there are cases where we've entered into houses and there's an excess of items, and you might need to have somebody that's going to pick up your mattresses show up. We do help with that. We help advise on different donation places. Most people have a favorite charity that they would like that old TV to go to, their Boys and Girls Club or their church or their synagogue or whatever. So we help advise on local places to take any excess that we can't sell. But yeah, it's a very streamlined process. It's not as if you've got tons of people showing up with different trucks at your house.
Right. So tell us about some of the more unique items that have come up, you have uncovered in the Boston area. Like we talked about, the fine 17th century Chinese rhinoceros horn libation cup, which sold for over $60,000.
That was a real find.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in Boston.
That wasn't in Boston, but that was almost an accident. Apparently that little cup was slated for donation or disposal, and during the process of uncovering and unwrapping items, our catalogers and our editorial team figured out what it was.
Wow.
And that client was very happy about that.
I imagine.
But in Boston's a fantastic, it's such a diverse and colorful area with all of the, we have a lot of academics, we have a lot of professors and doctors and lawyers and
Collectors.
just collectors and, middle class folks that everybody's got a story and everybody has a life. And we've got such a plethora of clients now, and given the demographics, I mean, we have families with baby boomers and their parents who are both sellers, right in the same family. We've run into, we've had Dior trunks, we've had Ansel Adams lithographs, we've had Warhols offered to us. We also have had some surprises. We had a client in Newton who was a Civil War descendant, many generations, and he was from down south. And in the process of cataloging, our folks ran across a small little leather basket that kind of maybe looked like a miniature, the old-fashioned fire buckets, but it was smaller, and it was discovered that it was a very rare, with provenance, key basket from plantation days, from a plantation.
Oh, wow.
Where the plantation owner would go around and collect all the keys from all of the
outbuildings.
outlets. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that was listed and was followed for days, and I think it went $2,500.
Huh.
Yeah.
So even those items you just described, they all started at $1.
Everything starts at $1.
So you're just trusting the market, that the market will speak.
It is an auction. You have to trust the system, our system,
Right.
which we, the proof is in the pudding. When you go to the ended sales, you can filter and you can research what these items go for on our site. And it's one of the most popular sites for collectors and buyers of all sorts now. And we do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of social. We send out to all of our bidders announcements. Of what
I've
you've
gotten
got
lots
coming.
of emails.
If you open up your New York Times front page, you'll probably see a little blip over in the corner saying, "Don't forget to bid today." So there's a lot of that, and it's quite effective. We have radio spots that we do. Plus we do specialized marketing for items like an Ansel Adams. So it's people know about it, and if you go to Google and you type in whatever it is you collect, chances are you're going to be
Directed to
pulled into everything but the house, because the search engine marketing is quite strong.
So it's actually, to back up a little bit, it's a national company.
Yes.
right? Or international now, you said, but it started in the Midwest.
It did. It started in Cincinnati.
Okay, well, that's only the Midwest to people on the East Coast.
Yeah,
Technically,
that's
I don't
true.
think that's what
That's
Midwest, but okay, it started in Ohio. And then is it a franchise, or I know you mentioned that you were growing quickly.
We are growing. We right now, it started out in Cincinnati and then grew a little bit to the Louisville, Kentucky area, Nashville, and now we are exploding. The exponential growth has been huge. We've had some venture capital influx of monies. So we, by the end of the summer, I believe they're going to have maybe, I think it's 50 cities.
Wow.
Right now, any state you go to, we're moving into Stamford, Connecticut. This summer, we're moving to New York. We're all over the country. California, Florida. I think in Florida we have 3 right now. Atlanta, Chicago, Cincinnati. I believe it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
And obviously experts in every different type of antiques or collectibles. So those people might not necessarily be in Boston that are assessing something, right? They do that all by the photographs that you take?
Well, we are an online company, so there is a lot of online communication that takes place every day. When our team, or any team anywhere, when they can't have something authenticated, if they can't do it themselves with the tools that they've got, we have experts in every city that we work with. I have people downtown that I'll take jewelry to. I have pottery people, I have quilt people. We know where to find out what something is. We know how to get it authenticated. If we can't, we have specialists that we also enlist at our headquarters, and we say, here is the item, what is this? Can you please get some documentation on this? So we have many layers of people. We do a lot more research than a lot of online places, and we try to be very consistent in what we put online.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you said you had venture capital, so the short-term plan is just keep expanding as needed.
We're just growing.
Right.
We're just growing. We're just growing crazy.
And it's, and also we have found that as people are downsizing, with the next generation being more mobile and leading us, I hate to use the word sparse, but just a more pared down existence, that a lot of times I've had sellers and their kids don't want stuff anymore.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice to know that it will go to a good home.
It's it's a learning curve for some people to go into, and me too, to go into somebody's home and see a beautiful inlaid mahogany dresser that your mom and my mom probably loved. And we're very honest. We let people know that the market for certain items is very low now.
Like TV armoires.
Yeah,
yes.
TV armoires.
As soon as I bought mine, they all went to the flat screen on the wall.
They just do not sell. Your children probably don't want that East Lake set. Well, East Lake is actually pretty popular, but those large brown pieces of furniture aren't that popular anymore. On the other hand, what we do find is mid-century, especially with an urbane crowd, the South End, a lot of chrome, a lot of paste furniture, a lot of mid-century is super popular. So it goes in phases.
Right.
There's always somebody that loves everything. So it's not that we can't sell your mahogany dresser. It's just, what you think you might get for it these days is not the same. On the other hand, that chrome rolling bar cart with the lucite shelving in your basement, that I want.
Interesting.
So we'll take it all.
Right.
We're not only looking for those interesting high-end items, we're going to sell your garden tools. If you
good to know.
If you are moving to a condo in the city and you don't need that garden hoe,
or your rake anymore.
Yeah,
Yep.
we love that.
Good.
We'll take that. We'll take your snowblower. We'll take your golf cart. We'll take your Mercedes. We'll
Wow.
take your horse. We've actually sold a horse.
Have you really?
Yeah. So I'm not sure if there's too many horses around here, but we're looking for boats right now.
Tis the season, right?
Tis the season for boats. So if you have a yacht to sell, let me know.
I will do that. So, okay, good. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about everything but the house? It is good to know. So everything, like the kitchen drawers, you'll sell the silverware, the flatware, that kind of stuff?
I mean, there are
Within
there are
reason.
some restrictions. Obviously, Tupperware. Sorry,
That's going to go to the...
that's your yard sale.
Yeah, yes.
Your odd flatware,
Probably not.
stainless. That's your yard sale. I mean, most people, especially around here, they know. You know, they know it has to be worth it to not only you, but to us. If I'm sending somebody in there to spend a substantial amount of their brain power and time to catalog your items,
It's got to have some
let's be
value.
reasonable.
Right.
But the goal is to help the client.
Right.
To help the client to downsize so that their life is easier at a very stressful time. So, yeah, the only thing I would suggest is get online, have some fun with it. Surf the site. It's easy to use. It takes a couple times.
Oh, there is a coupon for new users.
There's coupons.
$20 off if you
There's
came
a
up.
coupon online. There's coupons for your staff here.
Thank you. And I noticed there was a $10 off on this one, but I think I had $20 in my email.
The first time you go online, we give you a $20 discount. The buyer is responsible for shipping. If you do decide to have something shipped, that is on you. And certainly if you do buy a grand piano, don't show up in your Hyundai to pick it up.
Right.
Be reasonable about that. With big furniture, we always suggest people do it professionally. Send a truck. If you're doing it with your brother-in-law, long pants, steel-toed shoes.
Right.
You know, come prepared and well-rested to move whatever you're moving.
Oh, that is a good tip.
Yeah, we always have some people that show up and go, "Oh my gosh," because the buyer is once you've purchased it, we don't have movers on staff. We're there to simply hand you an invoice and say, "You can take your table now. You've purchased it." So
Right.
the buyer is responsible for moving those items.
Good to know. Good to know. And a lot of it's small, so that's easy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just buy diamonds.
Right.
Stick to diamonds.
Yeah. Or wonderful. Well, thank you so much for
you.
joining us here. If you would like to find out more about everything but the house, you can visit their website at ebth.com or call 888-862-8750. And if you have a suggestion about a future guest or a Wellesley event you'd like to promote, please give me a call at 781-223-7338 or visit my website at janenielsen.com. And remember, if you are considering listing your home for sale, whether you have lots of valuables or not, give me a call and I can tell you how to get started. See you next time.